Hey y'all, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Rhonda Morrison, and today on Healthy Eating Dining In, I am going to make for y'all my first quinoa recipe. Quinoa is a seed. It's not a grain, but you can substitute it for a grain, and it cooks up a lot like rice. But before I get cooking all my quinoa, I want to saute up some vegetables to really season it up nicely. I've got a shallot here that I skinned. Shallot looks a lot like a little onion. And what I want to do with this shallot is I want to mince it. So I want to show you how I go about that. I go down lengthwise, and then I come straight across like that, all the way down, and I just chopped off both ends and peeled it back like an onion. And this shallot has a really interesting smell and flavor to it. It's almost like if onion and garlic got together and decided to create their own root vegetable. It's really good stuff. And it comes with a lot of flavor, so you don't need a lot of shallot when you're cooking with shallot. So then I just run my knife across just like that, and my shallot is finely diced. Beautiful. I have some carrot and some celery here in my handy dandy chopper. I'm going to chop that up, and then I'm going to put this shallot, carrot, and celery in 1 tablespoon of olive oil in my cooking pan and saute it down, y'all. I'll see y'all right back. Hey y'all, I got my shallot and my celery and my carrot all perfectly sauteed here in my pan. To that, I'm gonna add 8 ounces of baby Bella mushrooms. These are sliced, and it calls for coarsely chopped. Well, instead of chopping these up, just as I saute them in with the rest of these veggies, I'm just going to break them up with my spoon into smaller chunks so everybody gets a little mushroom in their serving. And it's easier to hang on to when you're cooking with quinoa. And to my mushrooms, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of thyme, because I love my thyme. It just brings a homey flavor to everything. So a half teaspoon of ground thyme. Then we're going to go with some soy sauce, some low sodium soy sauce, because we want to keep this nice and healthy for all my family and friends who want just to take a bite. Shoot, I don't know of anyone around here that will turn down a taste of anything I'm cooking. So I'm going to keep chopping up these mushrooms and giving them a stir in the pan. And as they cook down, they're going to be easier to chop up. This is going to be all sauteed up in about 3 to 5 minutes. So these mushrooms look beautiful. You can tell they've sweated down. They've got a nice little glisten to them. I have them about all chopped up, coarsely chopped, y'all. And that's going to work perfect. So to that, I want to add my salt and my pepper. And it's a half teaspoon of each. And I love this recipe for that. Every seasoning measurement in this recipe is a half teaspoon. We're keeping it low sodium. We're keeping it plenty flavorful and good for everybody. I'm going to stir in my salt and pepper, both half a teaspoon. And then I want to add 6 ounces of slivered almonds. This is making basically a quinoa pilaf, a quinoa mushroom pilaf. And I'm going to start to just incorporate that. And now it's time to add my quinoa. Look at these little grains of seed. It replaces a grain, but it's not a grain. It's really a seed. It's perfect for gluten-free eating. It's got a nice, because it's a seed, it's got a higher count on protein, so you're really doing your family a favor if you're going vegetarian and you substitute quinoa for your starch. So I'm just going to stir this until it gets nutty smelling, because I want to toast up the almonds and I want the quinoa to start to really release its flavors. And just like rice, quinoa is half the amount of liquid that you pour in to cook it, and you cook it 15 minutes, just like rice. I love it. You know, my son just went vegetarian on me, which is okay. It's his choice. I still like my meat, don't get me wrong, but I like to take care of my son's personal choices for how he wants to take care of his body. And so it's up to me to throw in the protein where necessary and all the good veggies. And you know what, y'all? That's just enough time. To this, I'm going to add 3 cups of vegetable stock. I don't want to add, you know, chicken stock or beef stock, because if I do, I'm not going to have my vegetarian dish no more. So in that goes, I'm going to bring this up to a boil. As soon as it boils, I'm going to cut it back down to a simmer with the lid on it and let it go for 15 minutes, just like I would my rice. I'll see you back so we can fluff this dish up. And I got another surprise going in. Alright, my quinoa has been going for about 15 minutes. Let's take off the lid and give it a look-see. It looks like it's all absorbed in there, all the broth. And I'm going to give it a stir. And you can see all those beautiful vegetables and the golden color. And I'm going to add to this 4 ounces of crumbled goat cheese, because I am a huge fan of cream of mushroom. And we're not putting cream of mushroom in here. We're putting in real mushrooms, and we're using our goat cheese to add our cream. I'm going to give this a stir just to incorporate it in there. Oh, it smells divine. It's like a quinoa jambalaya with mushrooms and just those almonds and the carrots. This is going to be spectacular. Alright, that looks all good and incorporated. Give it a little tappy tap. And then I'm going to put my lid on for another 10 minutes just to let the rest of that soak in. It's going to be phenomenal. Now I want to show y'all my little side dish. We're not cooking this. We're going to keep some raw in our meal. I've got 6 ounces of spinach. I've already chopped some over here, and I want to show you how I chop up my spinach. I just bundle it up and I go straight down, making sure I don't get my fingers, and if I need to move my hand, I'll hold the bundle with my knife and chop back down, move my hand again, all the way down, and that gives you some nice chopped spinach. This is baby spinach, but it works the same for regular spinach. And I'm going to put that in my bowl, and I want to dress it with something that's going to really complement this dish. So I've got some red wine vinegar, and I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar in there. Give it a good shake. You can take off the lid. That would probably be faster. But a 1/4 cup of that. Just a little more. There we go. And this is going to make a sweet and sour dressing. We've got the sour with the vinegar. We've got a little oil to give it some sticking power up to the half mark. That's a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Then I want to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of my black pepper. Just like that. Put that in there. Then we want 2 tablespoons of honey. 1, 2, because you can't have sweet and sour without the sweet And then I'm going to put in some soy sauce, because remember we put in that soy sauce. Let me back this up to a full teaspoon. We're going to put a tablespoon in there. 1 tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. And perfect. Whisk that together. And then I'm going to toss this up with my spinach. Just pour it all over there. Toss it up. And this is going to make an excellent side dish to my quinoa mushroom pilaf. Hey y'all, I wish y'all could smell this. It really smells delicious, and I hope my boy Nathan loves it, because this meal is totally catered to him. I have my mushroom pilaf quinoa here, spelled Quinoa, quinoa, and then my little spinach side dish with a little Asian kick with all those fabulous flavors. Let's give it a shot. I see my mushroom, and I've got my almonds and my carrots. It's just such a pretty dish. That is good, y'all. Oh, you get the soy sauce, you get the thyme. Oh, I'm eating this whole plate, and I ain't sharing, and I ain't letting nobody know dinner's ready until I'm done. All right, let's give the spinach a little try. It is sweet. It is sour. It's the perfect complement to this quinoa dish. I hope y'all try it. Because I'm about to hork down, y'all. Y'all, thank y'all for coming to see me. And just keep on shaping up, Sugar Lamb.